I said if you're willing to read, not if you want to. Okay. Well, or on Zoom. Right now, we only need the prayer book. All right, we are live on YouTube. I think Diane probably can't understand anything I'm saying. Is that right, Diane?
It's not the volume, it's that the mask, the words, I can't understand what you're saying. But you still need the mask? I mean, that's, only you know that, but
Well,
I'm gonna leave because I can't understand anything.
well, I'm not going to be doing most of the reading.
Something about the reading.
I'm not going to do most of the readings. I'm not going to talk much.
No, that I heard clear. It took the-
Okay.
Well, we'll see if I can't understand. I mean, I know it's not your fault. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it as a
Okay.
complaint. I'm saying it as a fact.
No, I get it, and I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. It's not your fault. You know, I give you tremendous credit for what you're doing. But,
Thank you.
but the thing is,
Okay, great.
whatever.
And she has to come up to the microphone. We're starting on page 126.
I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life.
Page 120, candle lighting. Ruth will light the candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed art you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Amen.
Alan, would you do Kiddush?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who finding favor with us sanctified us with mitzvot, In love and favor, you made the Holy Shabbat our heritage as a reminder of the work of creation. As first among our sacred days, it recalls the Exodus from Egypt. You chose us and set us apart from the peoples. In love and favor, you have given us your Holy Shabbat as an inheritance. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifiest Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
If you're able, please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav beratzavanu. B'shabbat kodsho b'ahava v'ratzon inkilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah v'mikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'chata, yatanu kidashta, b'kol ha'amim, b'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava u'b'ratzon, ilachaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
You may be seated.
I think the reader's chair is that one down there.
Page
People
130.
who want to read are going to read from there. So you can, either way, that's, the idea is not to stand too close to Heidi since she's coughing, so you might want to go down there or you.
Page 130.
Lachuna Ranana.
Page 128.
The sun on the treetops no longer is seen. Come gather to welcome the Sabbath, our Queen. Behold her descending, the holy, the blessed, and with her the angels of peace and of rest. Draw near, and hear her ride. Draw near, O Sabbath bride. Peace also to you, you angels of peace. Page 263 for Chatzi Kaddish. ויתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועמד יברך ירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביום לכל ובחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שרבה מברך ולמלא על מיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח יפעל ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ואלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמה ויאמרו Amen. Please rise for the Baruch Hu on page 264.
You may be seated. Freema, would you unmute and read on page 265?
Okay. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
And Judith, would you read on page 266?
In each age we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment we are addressed by the world. In each age we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment we stand face to face with truth. In each age we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment the knowing heart is filled with wonder. In each age the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on its foundation of truth. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated.
Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
On page 269, Diane, would you lead the responsive reading?
We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all. That one,
As
imperfection and evil abound.
as imperfection and evil abound. Before our eyes, there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come? When we grant everyone
what we claim for ourselves.
Okay. Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom. Page 271, Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom. לחיים, לחיים. השכיבנו לחיים, לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכות שלומך, ותגנינו בעץ הטובה מלפניך, והושיענו למען שמך. Page 272, Yismechu. Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shamrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shamrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshi Shavi Shabbat, Kulam Yismehu, V'yiton B'mitu V'cha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shamrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat. Uv'ashvi'i ratzita bo v'kidash Shabbat. Chendad yamim, oto karat Shabbat. Yismechu v'malchutecha, Shamrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat. Zecher למעשה בראשית Shabbat. Zecher למעשה בראשית Shabbat. ישמחו במלכותך, Shamrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat. ישמחו במלכותך, Shamrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, Oneg Shabbat.
Please rise for the tefillah, page 273.
Avraham, Elohi Yitzchak, Elohi Yaakov, Elohi Sarah, Elohi Rivka, Elohi Leah, Elohi Rachel, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor VeHanra, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר, מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, לחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, לחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחייני הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, שקדושים בכל יום יהללו חסדה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. On page 277 to 278. Ruth, would you like to read? Sorry about that.
You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and the earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do.
Could you continue on the next page?
Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel who sanctifies your name may rest on it. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Thank you. Page 279.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu me'amcha Yisrael, utefilatan me'ahava tekabel, utehi liratzon tamid avodat Yisrael anecha. Utehil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael anecha. El karov lechol korav, k'henei el avdecha v'choneinu. Shefach rochacha aleinu, aleinu. ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. Lord my God, hear my prayers. Help me to know that you are close to me, and help me feel you near. Baruch atah Adonai, המחזיר שכניתו לציון. Amen. Amen.
We have come to Modim, our blessing of gratitude. I know a lot of people have their hands up for reading. So if you want to share something you're feeling grateful for, you should just unmute yourself and go. Or you can put it in the chat. Folks in the room, anybody feeling grateful for anything? Alan? Whoa. Today is Alan and Bonnie's 38th anniversary. First date anniversary. Awesome. Nathan? Wait, you got the all clear from whom?
Orthopedist.
Oh, got the all clear from the orthopedist. That's great. Anybody else?
I was, tomorrow is a very important day for me, always was, October 19th, my mother's birthday. So I'm just thinking, and I always think about her and I'm thinking tomorrow would have been her, I don't know, very, very old by now, 100 or so. And so I'm just grateful that I got chosen to be a child of hers because she was quite the most wonderful person.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rabbi?
Yes.
19th.
Oh, Debbie and I today had lunch with a very old friend. She's not old in age, but she's old in somebody that I know for many, many, many years. She lived in my sister's building many years ago, at least 40 years ago. And we connected through a Christmas card. And we were very happy to have lunch with her today.
Amen. Patricia is grateful to watch the service from her hospital bed.
Oh.
Patricia is in New York Presbyterian Hospital. Charlotte is grateful for beautiful holiday services. Susan is grateful for family and friends. Karen is grateful to celebrate her granddaughter's first birthday. Marshall says happy Sukkot to everyone. Folks on Zoom, if any of you who have your hands up are wanting to offer gratitude rather than waiting to read, just give a wave.
Great. Hi, Rabbi Heidi. I'm grateful. I got a wonderful report from the eye doctor.
Great.
Rabbi Heidi, it's Judith. I'm grateful that I was feeling well enough to attend the holiday services in person, and I'm very grateful for my fellow congregants who took me home each evening after services.
Amen. Anybody else? Okay. Oh, wow.
Doing the math, you know.
So Diane Keston on page 281, would you read, please?
Thank you. For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being. For all these things, O Sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. Shabbat Shuvah, inscribe all of the
No,
children.
it's not Shabbat Shuvah, so skip over that part.
Oopsies. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Page 282. Thank you, Diane. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Omaha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Omaha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki Ata Melech Adon,
Baruch Ata Adonai Hamivarech et Amo Yisrael Bashalom. We've come to our quiet prayer. There are words on pages 283 to 285, as well as on the screen, or we can use the words in our own hearts. We continue quietly.
Iole ratson, imre fivek yon libi, lefanecha, lefanecha. Adonai tzorim, tzorim v'golim, Adonai tzorim v'golim. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, be acceptable to you. Lord, my rock and my redeemer, Lord, my rock and my redeemer.
We remain mindful of those who are captive in Gaza, 101 souls. Susan Sisler, would you please read Achenu for us?
For all our family of the house of Israel, fellow Jews who face anguish and captivity, whether on sea or on land, may the divine have compassion upon them and bring them from distress to relief, from darkness to light, from subjugation to redemption, now, speedily, soon, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. And Mona, would you please continue with the Shabbat blessing for Israel and Gaza? Unmute, please.
Sorry. May you somehow be feeling blessing piercing through my protection find you, whether or not those in charge are keeping you safe. May you surprise yourself by seeing God's face occasionally, shining through to you on the face of the other. May you feel this startling, comforting grace of God's presence in the most unlikely times. May your head bowed in sadness, fear, despair, and anger be lifted up to see a different future. May you envision yourself as a possible agent of an impossible peace worth fighting for. May you live, may you be and see God's image. May the unthinkable never be thinkable. May the impossible become possible. Kenya Retzon, may it be so.
Amen. And we turn our thoughts to those among us and those in our hearts who are ill and who are in need of healing of body, of mind, or of spirit. You are welcome on Zoom to put names in the chat, and everyone will be able to add names out loud. So someone who is here in the room, I need someone to read the list of names. Janice, would you come up to the microphone?
Allison Plummer, Rabbi Dara Lerner, Susan Sisler, Jody Siegel-Stein, Isaac Hochman, Lennon Safe, Joellen Fox, Sarah Ratliff, Kenny Schweiger, Liza Nunes, Paul Gold, Gina Marie Cortez, Janet Schlesinger, Jonathan Falkowski, Martha Vincent, Ingrid Grasso, Eddie DeAngelis, Vicki Lightmaker, Nettie Traumer, Mia Gannon, Jeff Abel, Freya Kashmir, Delphine Wolf, Helene Smith, Liz Yasuda, Mark and Paul Steiner, Celia Karp, Aki Yasuda, Stephen Belay, Marion Mandel, Anne-Marie Rogan, Sharon Zinn, Nicole Moskowitz, Mike Wenzelberg, Patty Cohen, Nancy Ostrover, Terry Rudnick, Joanne Davis, Jean Guskin, Patricia Matthews, Joanne Campo, Mildred Morell, Monica Beyer, Ewald DeFritas, Luann Walters, Celeste Wiseblood, Julie Duchin, Marsha Kaplan-Mann.
Thank you. There's more. So, hold on. Here.
Can you bring it a little closer?
Sure.
Okay. Joan and Dawn Sorgan,
Okay,
Augustine Davis, Damian Colon, Jerome Taylor, Ed Robinson, Joanna Marie, Teresa O'Sullivan, Jimmy Jenkins, Chanel Camelback, Juliet Dale Maureen, Dale Elena, Aram Warren,
Warren Felice.
wait a minute, Warren, oh God.
I know there's no punctuation.
So that's why it's confusing. Sylvia Silva, DeAndre Wynn, Jennifer Magoob, Sarah West, Tamia Bethia Williams, Delia Holder, John Holder, Vanessa Johnson, Anita Jones, Jeanette Walton, Robert Walton, Bria DeRosa, Raymond Quick, Gary and Angela Tanine, Angela Davis. Roberta Gottheif, Joan and Dawn Sorgan, Stacy and David Mouser, Hannah Paines, Tracy Strumpf, Arthur Umias, Alvin Davis, Rabbi Heidi, Patricia Matthews, Pat Flood, Cindy Rabinowitz, Claude Smith, Mila Minish, Dina Corrette, Angela Napoli, Martini Narcisse, Renee Bash, Harry and Marion Munns, Harriet Holtzman, Batya Unger, Judith and Robert Kortz, Helen Samuels, Ara and Howard Pileski, Jacob and Gina Becker, Janet Zarowitz, Heather Honecker, Karen Eichel.
I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Rabbi Heidi?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, it's Jackson and Tara Kushner, Ruth Gordon, Stephen Doppelt, Mort Kessler, Phyllis Benjamin, Lavana Tenon, Ronnie Katlowitz, David Gershon, Sherry Jacobs, myself. Thank you.
Freema?
Stephen and Arlene Schneier, Debbie Kelly, Phyllis O'Neill, Alicia Serpy, Martin Bennett, Diana Gonzalez, Richard Kurlander, Richard Gordon, Ellie Ferry, Charlie DeRimos, Kathy Brother Gabby, Brian Friedland, and you, Rabbi Heidi.
Thank you. Mara, David, and Maxwell. Any of you on Zoom who have your hands up have additional names to add? I will take that as no. If you're in the room, please rise or raise your hand. Alan? Janice? Tony? Anybody else? Okay, we include everybody who is facing any kind of illness or hardship as we turn to page 371 in the middle of the page.
Mish courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
So, in lieu of a whole sermon, since that doesn't seem very plausible, I thought we would spend a little time together with the book of Ecclesiastes, which is the Megillah, the scroll that is assigned to Sukkot. And I was looking through the book of Ecclesiastes to pick a chapter that we could read. And I chose chapter 7 more or less randomly because there's good stuff in all the chapters. So I'm going to share to the screen one translation. And those of you here in the room who have the brand new JPS Tanakh Gender Sensitive Edition, which just means that the translators paid attention to what the text said, and like when it says men, is it actually only talking about men, or is it talking about people? And if it's actually talking about men, they said men, and if it's people, they said people. So that's what gender sensitive means. So in there, it's on page 1519. 1519. So Charlotte, would you like to start us off reading chapter 7, which is on the screen?
A good name is better than fragrant oil, and the day of death than the day of birth. It is better to go to a house of mourning than to a house of feasting, for that is the end of every mortal, and the living should take it to heart. Vexation is better than revelry, for though the face be sad, the heart may be glad. The wise are drawn to a house of mourning, and the foolish to a house of merrymaking. It is better to listen to the reproof of someone wise than to listen to the praise of fools. For the levity of the fool is like the crackling of nettles under a kettle, but that too is illusory. For cheating may rob the wise of reason and destroy the prudence of the cautious.
Thank you. Linda Kushner, would you like to continue?
The end of a matter is better than the beginning of it. Better a patient spirit than a haughty spirit. Don't let your spirit be quickly vexed, for vexation abides in the breast of fools. Don't say, how has it happened that this former times were better than these? For it is not wise of you to ask that question. I can't see the rest, I'm sorry. Thank you. Wisdom is as good as the patronage, and even better for those who behold the sun. For to be in the shelter of wisdom is to be also in the shelter of money, and the advantage of intelligence is that of wisdom preserves the life of the one who possesses it. Consider God's doing. Who can straighten what has been twisted? I can't see anyone. Okay. So in a time of good fortune, enjoy the good fortune, and in a time of misfortune, reflect. The one no less than the other was God's doing. Consequently, mortals may find no fault with God. In my own brief span of life, I have seen both these things. Sometimes someone good perishes despite their goodness, and sometimes someone wicked endures despite of their wickedness.
Okay, let's have somebody else continue. Anybody in the room want to do it? Come on up to the mic, Nathan. 16.
So don't overdo goodness, and don't act too wise, or you may be dumbfounded. Don't overdo wickedness, and don't be a fool, or you may die before your time. It is best that you grasp the one without letting go of the other, for those who fear God will do their duty by both. Wisdom is more of a stronghold to someone wise than 10 magnates that a city may contain. For there is not one good person on earth who does what is best and doesn't err. Finally, don't pay attention to everything that is said, so that you may not hear your slave reviling you. For well you remember the many times that you yourself have reviled others. All this I tested with wisdom. I thought I could fathom it, but it eludes me. The secret of what happens is elusive and deep, deep down. Who can discover it? I put my mind to studying, exploring, and seeking wisdom and the reason of things, and to studying wickedness, stupidity, madness, and folly. Now I find more bitter than the death the woman who is all traps, whose hands are fetters and whose heart is snares. He who is pleasing to God escapes her, and he who is displeasing is caught by her. See, this is what I found, said Koheleth, item by item in my search for the reason of things. As for what I sought further but did not find, I found only one true human being in 1,000, and among all these I did not find a truly compatible woman. But see, this I did find. God made human beings plain, but they have engaged in too much reasoning.
Thank you. Okay, so setting aside that last bit about women, which I don't like at all, there's some other interesting things in here, and in many ways, thematically, this is quite similar to the rest of the book of Ecclesiastes. So, does anybody have any thoughts on why this is the scroll that is traditionally read for Sukkot? Does it seem like it matches Sukkot thematically? Nathan is struggling with that one. That's why I asked it, because it's not such an easy question. Anybody? No? Okay, so I'm going to suggest that although Sukkot is a very joyful holiday, it is also a holiday about impermanence. It's a holiday about the fact that our shelters are fragile, and and so we're dependent on a lot outside of ourselves in order to protect us and keep us safe. So we ask God to spread over us a shelter of peace, a sukkah of peace, and we build these houses to dwell in that, can get knocked over by a strong wind. And I say that having had my sukkah knocked over by a strong wind. It was because it was still up in December, but nonetheless. So the whole book of Ecclesiastes is talking about how impermanent everything is and that nothing can really be fully counted on. And so the conclusion is you might as well enjoy life because you don't know what life is going to throw at you. So when it's enjoyable, enjoy it. And there's different spots in Ecclesiastes where it says that. But the rest of it really is, who knows what's going to happen? We don't know what's going to happen. And there is a mournfulness to it too, which also fits the end of the year when winter is coming and things are going to be cold and seem dead until spring comes to bring everything back to life. So that's what I have for you about the book of Ecclesiastes. It's definitely an interesting book if you'd like to peruse the rest of it. So thank you for that. And my blessing for us is that we may be able to find the pleasure in life and the joy in life, even knowing that it can disappear at any moment, but also it can come at any moment. Amen.
Amen.
We're gonna go to the Elenu, page 586, beginning at the top of the page. If you're able, I invite you to rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, עתיד גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינה תוזול בגבהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. I was doing so much better there for a while. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us, our loved ones who have died in the past days or weeks or months, or in past years at this time of the year. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. I'm getting the yahrzeit list to display on the screen. Is there someone who's here who would be able to read the list of recent, the list of people who have died in the past year? Let me just get this. If you're on Zoom and have names to add, you're welcome to put them in the chat. But also everyone will have an opportunity to add names out loud. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, Alan, would you please read the names of those who have died in the past year?
Jean Drucker, Isabel Teresa Calabalata Frost, Robin Friedman, Dr. Carlos Humberto Salguero, Adam Michael Davis, Francine Benjamin, Sid Banzel, Deanna Roth, Judy Robbins, Marvin Bachman, Grace Schneider, Dr. Stephen Antipole, Lester Futternick, Kamal Bure, Warren Sorgan, Joan Marie Pandolfo Cortez, Janet Dankowitz, Victoria Ann Morell, Harriet Laufer, Erwin Cohen, Saul Siegel, Naomi Kirsch, Bayo Callender, Jacques Cohen, Ned Goldberg, Irene Berkowitz, Manny Arnowitz, Judy Silversmith, Kathy Cricky, Marvin Schneider, Joan Lifschultz, Elaine May, Alan Mandel, June Friedman, and Harvey Cravoy. Also on the list, Robert Cooper, uncle of Seth Cooper, Carolyn Davis, mother-in-law of Eric Platt, Lisa Friedman, relative of Jennifer Friedman, William Lipman, the father of Paul Lipman, Anne Merowitz, the mother of Martin Merowitz, and Frances Wolfe, sister of Milton Platt. On Zoom, Warren J. Sorgan, Edith Gonzalez, and anybody else? And that's all we have.
Freema?
On the list is Donald Kirschenbaum, who was Roz Kirschenbaum's husband. She was a member of PTBAS, a very cute member. Older, cute. Barbara Waldman, Minnie Lenine, Mary Ellen Condon, Corson Maureen, Jose Gonzalez. Thank you.
Linda Kushner,
My father-in-law, Nat Kushner, and Janet Brandt. Thank you.
Charlotte,
Yes, on the list is Maud Konofsky. She was Joyce Kantrowitz's mother.
thank you. Anyone else on Zoom? If you're in the room and you have names to add, please rise or raise your hand. No? Tony? Alan? We include also all of those who died in Israel on October 7th. Their yard site, their secular yard site was over a week ago now, but their Hebrew yard site is this coming week on Simchat Torah. And we include those who have died in other wars and conflicts or from other causes, whether in war or famine or terror or disaster, or alone and homeless on the streets of our cities. Page 598, I invite you to rise and join in or to participate according to your custom. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Divrach, Yerutei, V'yamlich Melchutei, V'chayechon, Uvyomechon, Uvchaye, Dechol Beit Yisrael, Hagala, Uvizman Kariv, V'yamru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Mivorach, Leolam Ulalmei Almaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh. V'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yit'halal, shemei dekudesha, b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, v'amiran be'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, Yimru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to the bereaved here among us and wherever they may be. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated.
Shalom bimromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. V'yimru, amen.
I want to thank from the bottom of my heart everybody, all of you who have been so supportive and helping to lead the service. I hate being sick. I hate losing my voice. And it's just so nice to be held up by all of you. That being said, who would like to read the announcements? Oh, Luke's going to do it. Come on up, Luke. Okay, so start here.
Okay. So Saturday, October 19th, 9:45 a.m. religious school, 10 a.m. Bach Yahad, 11 a.m. Shabbat service.
Good.
This week, Caring
Chesed.
Caring Hased Committee meeting, 10 a.m. via Zoom on Sunday, October 20th. Youth group pizza in the hut, 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, October 20th. Gentle chair yoga, 4 p.m. on Monday, October 21st. Please contact Gail Levine Freed, PhD RYT at Grieve.
It's okay, you don't have to read her email address. Email her if you're interested.
Shmini
Shmini
Atzeret,
Simchat
Simchat Torah
Torah.
service, 7:15 p.m. Wednesday, October 23rd, in-house and on Zoom. Festival morning service with Yitzkor, 10:30 a.m. on Thursday, October 24th, in-house and on Zoom. Torah study, 1 p.m. on October 24th.
Maybe.
Tat Shabbat, 10 a.m. Tat Shabbat on October 24th.
Also maybe.
Maybe.
Here, go up to here.
Fundraising committee presents Jews and Booze, November 3rd, 2:30 p.m. Temple member Maddie Kay will lead us in a historic journey as we learn about bootlegging in the era of Prohibition and speakeasies and what that had to do with Jews. $36 per person. Checks made payable to Beshert. John DeFelice of Windsor Wine Merchants will be pouring an education and educating us about rye, bourbon, sacrament, wine, and Zinfandel. Snacks will be provided and raffles offered. RSVP by October 27th. Rosh Hashanah food drive, October 2nd through October 25th. Bring unexpired, unopened, non-perishable items to temple. The Social Action Committee will have someone pick up your items if you cannot drop your items off. Items will be distributed to Beshert Little Pantry and Our Lady of Refuge Church Food Pantry. If you wish to make a monetary donation, please make your check payable to Our Lady of Refuge or donate via ShoalCloud. Save the date. Brotherhood presents Jonathan Schachter, November 3rd at 10:30 a.m. Congregant Jonathan Schachter will give a talk titled "You Must Remember This" about the classic epic war film Casablanca. He will discuss the contributions of Jews at every step of the production process, including many actors who themselves were refugees.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Alan, is it really on November 3rd? Well, because it's the same day as the Jews and Booze, and that seems like a lot for one day. So double check, double check. If we have some time, to find out about Jonathan Schachter's talk. Okay, any other announcements? Yes, what? And you. And I thank everybody. Yes. Okay, we're going to close.
Page 657 at the bottom of the page, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu Ve'al Kulam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu Ve'al Kulam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Peace to us and to all the world.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you. May God lift God's face towards you and give you peace. Amen. And Noni, if you would do the honors. Shabbat shalom, everybody. It is, Jonathan Schachter's talk is on the 10th, and I am told that the Mets won 12-6. So Shabbat shalom, Chag Sameach.
Shabbat shalom. Feel better.